Hey, hello everyone, welcome to today's video. It is the 15th of September. Let's take a look at the markets. We'll look at the Elliott Wave counts and just a little bit at the technical page. And we'll look also at Bitcoin and Ethereum, even XRP, and see what they're doing. But the market continues to do what it's supposed to be doing, which is going up based on the wave counts, based on the trends. Based on the positioning of the market participants. I guess you already know, we have a lot of bears still out there, a lot of short positions. So I don't think that's a secret anymore, but the market continues to try to test those people, and eventually, they will be right. And we will pull back and we will start to have some kind of a setback, but that has not happened yet. So I'm not here to tell you when the topic will be. It's not my main goal. My main goal it is to follow the market and follow the trend, and so far that's to the upside, and we've been talking about it here on this channel for weeks now. So we are looking for eventual top in this wave one. I think the market will be quite clear once that gets established. It will probably look like a lot of distribution days, and it's not going to take a day or two to form a top. We're going to probably sell off for a little bit, then go back, try again, sell off again, climb back up higher, maybe even make a new high. So the market has a way of, I think tops are a little bit harder to form. There are the bottoms, especially lately, you can see that they're in this kind of V-shaped type formation, and they recover pretty quickly, but the tops take a little bit longer to form, and I think it's going to give us plenty of signals for that to happen, and fighting this right at the moment, it must be painful. So I would not suggest that. As Elliott Wave practitioners, I should say, I know it's a tendency to find the top of a wave 5, find the top of a wave 1 because it looks cool. People will give you applauses, what have you, if you say where the top is. But I've learned my lesson many times that that's not how it should be, and the only one that knows what the top is, it's going to be the market, and whatever there is, we'll see, because it's going to stop going up and it's going to start going down, and it's not going to make a new high, and it will take a while, right? So it will have time, even though I can tell you 100% I'm going to be long at the top, and I will be taking losses when the market starts to pull back. I'm fine with that, because I will the stops that I will have are going to be positioned in such a way that the more they get hit, the more I know that I need to be out of the market. So we'll see how that happens. But for right now, we're continuing to look higher. We're at the 16, about 66.15. We do have the rate announcement on Wednesday. There could be some selling after that, after the news kind of come out, but we'll see how deep it's going to be, and if at all. We do expect a few more rate cuts this year. So there'll be some, but the market will tell us, because even if the economy starts to kind of look bad and things starts to smell like a recession is coming, or maybe something deeper, there'll be divergences in different areas of the market, and I can do a whole 1 hour about kind of how to look at corporate bonds, and the divergences, and at the dollar, and currencies, and what have you. I mean, breadth and all that stuff. So so far there's nothing there. The positioning continues to be in such a way that people do not believe this rally. And until that changes, I think we're going to continue to go. So let's see let's see how it goes. So this is the S&P. I wanted to kind of give you my quick thoughts. Let me move the camera, because I got to get onto NASDAQ Composite, which it's kind of on a similar path. Right, we're having just a little bit of a different labeling in here, but as a fourth wave for right now, we're looking higher here in this wave 5, and this could be towards 23,322 maybe. We're about 700 points away from those targets. We'll see if we're going to get them, but that's the kind of the idea there. You're looking at the SOX, which we did have a nice three-way setback, and that continues to pay out. And then let's take a look at the let's take a look at the Russell before we get back to IBIT. So Russell, it doesn't have such a cleaner count as maybe, let me get this out, such a cleaner count as the S&P and the NASDAQ in terms of that kind of fourth wave structure, and the way it's kind of moving up. But I do like it. I mean, it's still up into the right, making higher highs and higher lows. Eventually will challenge the top here at about 2466, and I continue to stay the course. I don't want to mess with this trade. There's nothing, it's really not doing anything wrong. And if you're looking at the level that's important, it's probably going to be that, and then like this area in here in pullbacks supposed to hold. So we'll see if we're going to get it or not. Longer term, on the Russell, I'm looking much higher, right, towards 3,400, possibly, right, above 3,000, let's just call it. Probably by the time, who knows, this wave one will be somewhere near completion, but that's just guessing. All right, let's take a look at IBIT and see how that looks. So Bitcoin has been, kind of just a bit soft in here, not really following the market much. But ever since we've gone over, and I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger. We've gone over this first level here at about 64.38, right? And that initiated a long position. Then we weren't able to overtake the 66.75, but we stopped making lower lows in here, and we stopped making higher lows, and we're moving up. So I still think it looks good, and we could have a top in place. Yeah, I mean a top in place, a low in place for the wave two already. The thing is, we really don't want to fail up here and have some kind of an X wave, because that could be, that could mean that this, correction, it's still going to go. So watch this area in here, and I really don't want this to get too far, even below like a 64, 63.50, what have you, because then things are going to look trickier. So far it looks good, and for that I'll take you over to back here, and I'll show you, because this is kind of what we've used for for previous kind of looks at Bitcoin. So we were looking for this level to get taken out, and that happened. So that gave a signal for further long. So the long started. We're consolidating now above that 50-day moving average, and now we're looking at that level, and you can see it's exactly kind of in IBIT. You're looking at the same thing. So this looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, possible 4 in here forming, and maybe a quick 5, and that would be beautiful, because that would be a further confirmation that you have a low in here, and then you wanted to buy the pullbacks for a break higher. So it does feel like Bitcoin, it's really not going anywhere for the past several days, and even if it sold off a little bit, but I mean, look at this chart. It's beautiful. It's not doing absolutely anything wrong. It did what we were expecting it to do. After it stopped going down, it turned, right? It created a low, and then it broke that neckline that was over there. That was nice confirmation. Now we're breaking the moving averages. So it's all happening according to the plan. What would break this plan? Like I said, if we're starting to kind of come back below these levels here at about 112K, I think that's a problem, because then this wave one will be under jeopardy, and then if you're starting to break back below 110, then very likely this could be some kind of an X wave, and this correction continues, and you're doing something like that, and you're going lower before you go up again. So that's kind of the best I could kind of talk about this. And Ethereum, yes, it's been selling off a little bit in here after it kind of broke that line, but again, nothing really super worrisome just yet. You're above the 50 on the RSI. is just coming back and kind of shaking out a little bit of the breakout buyers. And this is kind of a normal retracement. What we don't want it to happen is we don't want it to kind of get back below these levels, because then then we have a deeper pullback on our hands. And then XRP also, it's been acting nice, and this was the first level that we looked at back there, and that got kind of taken out. The moving averages, we're coming back a little bit below it, but given that we're staying above that 2.9 2.8 level, I think we can turn and start to kind of get back to the upside in XRP. That would be beautiful. So this is kind of a nice pullback to be involved in, pending that you're getting some kind of confirmation from price. I would not buy this as it's kind of heading lower. I like to buy things when they kind of start to turn. So that's kind of my 2 cents on on XRP. And then really quickly, I'm going to close with the overall market, looking at the S&P that's trending above key moving averages and continuing to look quite strong. The further it gets above that 50-day moving average, the higher the chances that it's going to slow down and start to kind of move sideways, waiting for it to catch back. So you don't want that distance to be too big. And then same for the NDX, pretty tight consolidation, and it's just moving. I mean, look at the volume in here, it looks pretty good. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.